Welcome to Frisco, Texas. It is great to have you with us as we have a couple of teams amped up and excited to go in the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl to see who will leave here as Frisco Bowl champions. There's nothing quite like wrapping up a regular season with a bowl victory. It just leaves a good taste in your mouth going into the offseason. As we'll see a squad from the MAC, the Ohio Bobcats, taking on a team from the Mountain West, the UNLV Rebels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Kickoff team is out there ready to get this bowl game underway. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Not nearly as much running room as he'd hoped. He's out of bounds at the 13. The Bobcats offense will dial up the first ball plays in this one. And, David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a piece, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone setter, and he can be that, sometimes up, sometimes down. They need that consistently, Jesse.
But they need him to show up when it matters the most, and there's going to be times in this game like we've seen throughout his career when the defense wants to take away wide receivers or players on the perimeter, and that's when this guy has to show up and shine. He's got vision, he's got cutting ability, he's got speed, but that's got to be on display in this game.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
And the Bobcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air, it's Navarro. Makes the grab. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
They come to the line, facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And because the receiver was able to drive back to the QB on that curl route against man coverage, he was able to create a little bit of separation between him and the defender, and that was a big key in getting that first down.
The Bobcats have this offense rolling. They're going back to the ground. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Now the play fake. Right down the middle. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, you know the offense is going to come out trying to get this guy the football, right? He's their best receiver. He's their best receiving target. Great job on defense knocking that one away.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but now facing 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Navarro. Unloads to the right. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
And that's why this guy's a complete running back. He's good between the tackles, he can pass block, but he can also run routes. And we're not just talking about screens or swing routes. This guy gets vertical down the field, and he can run the route tree.
And the Bobcats have it with a 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw out to the left. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
This defense might be reeling after those last 2 and now facing 1st and goal. And he runs into a wall, maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Off the play fake. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down and likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing it.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And how about a decision time right off the jump? 4th down. Do I want to go for it? First drive. Palmer, what you going to do?
I'm taking the points right here. It's early in the game. You're trying to pay off this opening drive. Just get some points up on the board. If it was a little closer to the end zone, I'd say maybe go for it, but I'm playing conservative.
It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
I'll tell you, this is not an easy place to play on the road, especially at nighttime. This crowd, they get loud. That's the way it's been so far, but they have a nice drive to open it up. They're able to execute. They put themselves in field goal range, knock it through the uprights. They did exactly what they needed to do, taking a 3-0 lead here early on the road. That's impressive.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Rebels offense has its first opportunity of the day. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the 2nd level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand this guy is a top-shelf player, and I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season, but this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches and let's get our star running back into the 2nd level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic advantage at that.
Oh, he's got some space. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, defensively, you better be ready to run east and west when you're playing against this offense. In their running game, that time, the offense was able to outflank the defense to the right side for a big play.
The Rebels, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Rebels with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. The play action fake. He'll pull it down and run.
It's just so nice as a coaching staff when you've got quarterbacks who make good decisions. And on a 2nd and short play, you're throwing it, you're trying to catch the defense napping, you might take a shot, nothing there. Go get it yourself. Make the right decision to keep it, not panic, and get you a fresh set of downs.
The Rebels look to keep this drive humming. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
In defense, you have to have great eyes. You have to have good vision on the quarterback to be able to see it. You could tell he's throwing the football right now. Watch the defense react, come up, get the wide receiver on the ground. He goes nowhere.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and Ohio is on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Back to pass, it's Calandria. Unloads to the wideout. Just goes right through the wicket and brings up third down. Man, he will be thinking about that one.
You know, sometimes wide receivers are so eager to get upfield once they have the ball, they take their eyes away. You really got to do a good job looking it in and securing the catch.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
I personally love aggressive defense. I love it. Bringing the strong safety down, blitzing that sucker in there to get the quarterback. Boom. Get that guy on the ground. Nice aggressive play call by the defense.
And the Rebels decide to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Probably not quite as good as he hoped as it goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Ohio takes over. The Bobcat offense heads to the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, David.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. To the air on first down. Oh, he makes the catch. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Hey, man, I played with Tiki Barber and the Giants, Frank Gore and the 49ers, LaDainian Tomlinson in the Senior Bowl. These guys wanted to catch passes in our offense. Even though they knew sometimes they were the third or fourth read in the progression, they were hoping I was going to throw them a football. And it is so nice as a quarterback to know that you've got running backs like that want to be involved in the passing game.
And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
You know the saying, no risk it, no biscuit. If you want big plays on offense, you've got to be able to take shots. They didn't hit that one, but moving ahead in the second half, expect this offense to keep dialing them up.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Dropping back, it's Navarro. Floats it out in space. He stopped short of the 40, right at the 39, and it's 4th down.
And I think if I'm a QB, I like the decision. I get it to my running back who's really good after the catch and really good with the ball in his hands, but the defense did the job. They got him on the ground. They gave up some yards, but they forced the 4th down.
The Bobcats will send out the punt unit. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Rebels offense is back on the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Well, he couldn't find any running room at all, and he'll end up taking a loss on the play.
Yeah, great discipline on defense, too, because if you're going to stop the option, you have to play assignment football. Everybody doing their job. There was just nowhere to go there for the QB.
Quickly out to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
So it's 3rd and long, and this quarterback right now has got to be expecting pressure. So you want to know where your hot routes are. You got to know where your best one-on-one matchup is. But understand this, we're still in the first half. If the defense gets you, tip of the cap, you can take a sack. Punting the football at this stage of the game is okay.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Unleashes one. Already find a hole in that secondary. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
Ice water in this quarterback's veins, man. 3rd play of the drive. It's 3rd and 10. You know the defense is expecting pass, but this quarterback, laser focus. He found the matchup. Great job reading coverage, and that was an absolute dime deep down the field.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Nice move to keep running. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The Rebels in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll run play action. Fires to the wideout. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Just got to finish the play for the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. That's a bad drop.
And the Rebels are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll run the sneak for it.
3rd and 1, everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
The Rebels are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Off play action. Hauls it in. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage, but you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
To the air, it's Calandria. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
And the Rebels send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And that is an excellent punt as it lands out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Got enough for the 1st down and wants more. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a 1st down.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. 1st and 10 from their own 17. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got the back over the middle. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Back to pass. Finds his man. It's Harris. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys on the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
Looking downfield, it's Navarro. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Man, as a quarterback, you got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Just keep slinging it. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. It's Gossett. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. He lets one fly deep. Makes the grab right down the middle. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. The Rebels with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to throw, it's Calandria. Under fire. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And this defense doing a really good job with situational football. Both drives. Last drive gave up some yards, 0 points. This drive forcing a 3rd and long. You bring on the pass rushers, you get after them in a predictable situation.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
And the Rebels will punt this one away. Probably not quite as good as he hoped as it goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. The give on the inside. Past the first down marker and still running. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Might as well give it to him again. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Reese, some real edge of your seat moments, and there's still 2 quarters to go in this Frisco Bowl. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the Frisco Bowl.
They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Running to Green. He's got an alley. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
You know, we just went into half and we drew up all these adjustments and things we got to do differently and to take advantage. How about the special teams coming out to start the second half and setting the tone, taking the kick all the way back for 6. You don't draw it up any better than that.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. He might have been looking just to set up his offense, but he put a touchdown on the board with that 92-yard return. They're just about to boot it away, full of energy after housing that last kickoff. And here's the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Ohio U ready to go back to work on offense. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Got it in the middle. It's Williams. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
And there you see the bind that the RPO play can put a defender in. That linebacker had to make a decision. Was the running back going to get the ball? He thought so, so he bit up, and that allowed the slant to be thrown in behind him.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. It's Navarro. Right on the money. No chance to run, but still a good gain.
Yeah, this is simple pitch and catch. Quarterback and wide receiver have done this 4 million times in the offseason. He catches, waits for him to take a couple steps, boom, fires it right on his chest. They can complete this probably with their eyes closed. They've ran this route so many times together.
3rd down play from the gun. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
For this defense, man, to get back into the game, we talked about it at half. They got to pressure the quarterback. They got to force some sacks, and they do it. On this first drive, they get to him. They get him on the ground. Nice job by this defense.
And the Bobcats will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
The inside handoff. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Looking to pass. It's Calandria. Makes the grab on the left. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. UNLV is coming off its best 2-year stretch in school history, but they've got a new coach, but an experienced one in Dan Mullen, who has more than 100 wins on his resume.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Reese. Dan Mullen. He's inheriting a team that was very successful. They were one game away from going to the college football playoff. That's how good they were. A lot of experience, a lot of good moments, and a building program.
And he's a really good mind on offense, no question about it. Very, very creative. So you expect that to continue at UNLV. And if that offense can do their thing, maybe this is a team that takes that next step.
The Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. And nowhere to go this time, and he couldn't follow up the big run with another.
They're trying to run the ball on 1st down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
The lost yardage leaves them with 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Oh, the receiver is going to hate watching film and watching that play back because that was a touchdown, and he dropped it.
And the Rebels will punt it away on 4th down. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. And no shot at a return here as the punt flies out of bounds. The Ohio U offense returns to the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a man. It's Navarro. Just a short pass to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? The Bobcats are facing 3rd and inches. Surging forward on the sneak.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully. On
1st down from their own 22. Use the play fake, now to throw. He tries to take the top off. Hauls it in down the sideline. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. We've come to the end of the period. Ohio has the lead. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Looking to throw on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
They were on the move, but two straight incompletions have them staring at 3rd and 10. Looking for a man. It's Navarro. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He was able to pick up a few, but not quite enough for the first down. It'll be 4th down at the 41.
That's perfectly fine. If I'm a defense, I'm going to give up some yards right there. Play deep, react to shallow. The running back catches the football. I come up. He gets a positive gain, but it doesn't matter because now I won 3rd down and forced him on 4th down.
They kick it away on 4th down. They call it a coffin corner kick for a reason, and you really can't do it any better than that. He puts that thing out of bounds right around the goal line. Takes the handoff. It's Thomas. Didn't find much room. He'll pick up a couple out to the 5. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Off the bootleg. Wants to throw it. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. He's got it on the outside.
Really nice poise by the quarterback on that throw. He's obviously backed up deep in his own end. He knows he can't take a sack, but all of his focus is downfield on coverage. He finds the matchup he wanted, and it's an explosive play for the offense through the air.
No matter where they are on the field, they'll go for those chunk plays, and they got one that has them set up 1st and 10 at the 42. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down.
And man, did the defense just miss an opportunity that they could have turned the lights out with the lead, get the football back here. Missed opportunity. Maybe this offense now can take advantage and swing some momentum in this football game.
Dropping back, it's Calandria. Throws for the tight end. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense, or, listen, you could spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. He's going to throw deep right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
That's one thing this defense takes a lot of pride on. They like tackling the catch, and they like being around the ball. That time, he was in proximity to knock that thing loose. Nice physical play.
The Rebels will try to pin them back with the punt. That leg is staying loose. Already the 5th kick of the night. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Ohio takes over. The Bobcat offense heads to the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
You see a lot of quarterbacks get in trouble when they start forcing things. He did a really good job. He wanted to throw the football. You could tell. Drops back, nothing open. It's okay. I'm just going to take off, get what I can get.
And the Bobcats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Williams. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Pressure coming. He'll pull it down. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
So now it's 2nd and long. Creates a little room. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. He'll pull it on the read. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
And man, they sneak the option in there on 3rd and long. And I don't know, was that a misread? Like, do you get the ball to your tailback? Like, it was pretty well defended. They had the quarterback swallowed up. He got some yards, but now you're forced into a 4th down, and this might be a passing situation.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. UNLV is ready to go back to work on offense. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Zone equals eyes. When I say that, DBs, linebackers, all covering the middle of the field. So many guys over the middle of the field trying to take away the easy stuff, but reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time. Whenever he breaks to throw that football and that hand separates from the ball, I'm breaking on it, and you could tell they had a beat on it. Nice cut, nice instincts. Give me that INT.
Ohio U ready to go back to work on offense. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now... And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
Time is on their side, and they're going to wind that play clock all the way down. Looking to throw, it's Navarro. Snagged out of the air. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
And the slant is really a difficult route to defend against if you're a DB in man coverage, especially when you have no help on the inside. So if you're the offense and you continue seeing that coverage, you might as well keep attacking it just like that.
Lets it go to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
After that incompletion, it's now 4th and short in the red zone. Decision time if you're the head coach. You just take the field goal, or do you keep your offense on the field looking to get 6?
So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. right down the boulevard. It's good. And now it'll take a touchdown to at least tie them a 6-point lead here in the fourth.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over, and while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Rebels offense is back on the field. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. The offense has plenty of time, and this defense trying to dig in and get one more stop and hang on to this lead. Looking to throw, it's Calandria. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They want that clock to run. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Well, the receiver did everything right. He ran a good route. He got his head around. He just didn't finish the play. Just look it in.
Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. Grabbed over the middle. It's Williams. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. That'll make it a 2-score game at 16-7.
That's a big drive for this offense in the 4th quarter. Now to take a 2-possession lead, you got the other offense where you want them. Now you get to rush the passer, make them pass a little bit more, and don't give up those big plays. You're in a really good spot now.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw. It's Calandria. Firing to the right, complete.
And the offense gets the ball out pretty quick. But, man, if you're going to do that, that's fine. But we got to get the first down, or we got to get out of bounds so we can stop the clock. This offense, they've got to execute a little bit tighter down the stretch of this close football game.
And the Rebels can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Finds a tight end. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
This offensive coordinator is going to have to be creative. Time is winding down, and the offense has to move quickly. And he slips the first defender and picks up a handful of yards. And it seems to be a lot easier for the quarterback to find this guy than it is for the defense.
Yeah, and I think this is a guy, Reese, that you can split him out. You can feel comfortable getting the football as many ways as possible because he is one of those matchup problems. Linebackers aren't going to be able to run with him, so try to find ways to maximize that little guy's speed and athletic ability.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Makes the grab. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
Back to pass. It's Calandria. Working that left side now. And after this play, the cake will be baked. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.